Okay. What's up, everybody? Today's video is a little bit more chill. I wanted to do a Q&A. I know already you're like, why? Q&As f***ing suck. We don't care about you. But on top of answering your questions, because I haven't done it in a while, a lot of you guys do have genuine questions. Figured I'd answer it here while doing a piece of art. So last night, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I did post about this. And I actually showed the drip happen. It's not really showing up good on camera. This is neon pink paint with the black 2.0 paint on a mannequin head, but like the drip went so damn well. You could see it like went over his eye. I don't know, man. It turned out really well. I'm really happy with it. So that's fun. I'm letting that dry before I do the next steps of this. So we have a penis de Milo. It's actually the Venus de Milo, famous, my phone is like literally interrupting. What do you want? I went to Value Village and got this for like $7. Painted it black, but there's still parts of the statue that didn't really take. So I had to touch that up. And then I figured I'm gonna do something fun. I bought all these other neon paints that I'm gonna take a straw and just go like, and just like splatter paint on this. I think it'd be fun. Why not? Let's try it. This video is more like hanging out with each other. It's not really planned. I'm gonna answer your questions while doing art. Just kind of kill two birds with one stone. Sorry, my place is a little messy as well. This is really, it's not that it's not planned, because it totally is, but I wanted this to be more of like a hangout video. I personally enjoy watching these types of videos. So guys, sit back, relax, get a glass of hot milk. Answer some questions, and hopefully you guys get to know me better. I want to start this video off by actually talking about the most common questions I get asked whenever I do a Q&A, and that is, am I gonna get a brother for Charlie? As of right now, no, I don't think so. I think Charlie's enough for me, and like him and I have this great bond that to bring another dog into it might mix it up a bit. Charlie's only 2, so I'm definitely gonna wait. I'm gonna avoid answering the boring ones, no offense guys, but there is a lot of them. I asked you guys on Instagram as well as Twitter, so let's just see what some of the questions were. Do you plan on traveling? A lot of you guys are like, come here, visit me here. I will be going to Nashville at the end of this month, and then I might be going to Sweden in the spring of 2019. Will I be coming to Brazil? I don't know. As a YouTuber, when you open yourself up to Q&As and asking people saying, hey, ask me anything, you will literally get asked everything. There was a bunch of questions in there asking how big my dick was. So obviously I'm not gonna answer that, but like. So there's a lot of like relationship questions. Let me touch on that briefly, okay? I've got this thing that I've been thinking about lately that I feel like girls lose interest, not everybody, but there's a specific amount of girls that lose interest in YouTubers. And this is talking about me in particular, okay? In a sense that so many people, they think that I'm like this high energy YouTube guy all the f***ing time, and I'm not. There's so much more to me than just that. If I do meet them in real life, I find they might lose interest after a little while. Only because it's like, I'm not always this like show monkey for them. It's like, hey, let's do that. You wanna do this? How about I show you magic? I'm not looking for someone that I have to consistently entertain with, you know? If anything, I want someone that likes me for me and not me for one side of me. I don't know. So to answer all of the relationship stuff, right now I'm single, but I'm just kind of living my life at the moment. I tried to like dance around that one as much as I can. But for the most part, guys, there's no rush for me to like absolutely find the love of my life at the moment. I'm not against finding like a girlfriend at the moment either. I think it's just whatever happens, happens, you know? Kind of want to put the message out there that people need to realize like YouTubers aren't like the high energy personality that they are. There is an element of like acting or being an actor in what we do. I feel like since I said that, now all you guys are like, wow, okay, so Dan's totally fake. This is awesome. I've been watching a fake YouTuber all this time, great. What are some other questions? Dan for a week. If a lot of you guys are new here, I used to have a series called Dan for a week. I did 1 season of it. Absolutely loved it, you guys loved it. A lot of you guys wanna know if I'm doing any more of that. To answer your question is, not Dan for a week, no. There will be something coming out that will be more sort of like the reality type of show that Dan for a week was. There's a lot that goes in behind it. If there's any advertisers watching this right now and you want to sponsor a series, hit me up. Hit me up, I'll squeeze you in, no problem. A lot of you guys asked how much money I make and how do you make money on YouTube. For the most part, you make money through YouTube AdSense. Not a lot of money, but you make money through there. And through brand deals, partnerships, sponsorships. And there's so many people out there that are like, oh, you sold out, you sold out. It's like, no, I didn't sell out, okay? That's just what you have to do to make a living on YouTube these days, is unless you guys out there are gonna send me money, which I don't want you to do, just to be clear, then you have to let companies do that. This is it so far. You definitely can't see it, but looks pretty cool. What do I think about Shane Dawson's new series? I like Shane Dawson. I think he's genuine. I think and this is gonna sound like I'm tooting my own horn. There's similarities with Shane Dawson and mine and I in a sense that we both seem to care. And that's the truth. I can say that because that's the truth. I do care about you guys. I do care what you guys want to see. There's a lot of creators out there that just hop on little trends and just ride it, just trend after trend. And there's no originality and there's no sort of connection with them and their communities. Shane Dawson's doing something that's different. A lot of you guys asked if I'm going on tour or if I'm gonna do a meetup. I do wanna do a meetup in Toronto. I'm sorry to everybody else out there that asked if I'm coming to wherever, but in Toronto, I think before the end of this year actually. I wanna do like a pop-up shop or a meetup of some kind. Okay, this statue is done. Let me get a straw, and I gotta put something here. I'm gonna grab a straw and just go with paint, and I don't wanna like get paint everywhere. How did I get into art? Am I gonna sell my art? What's my whole art thing about? How do I come up with ideas? I do art because as of recent, I was going kind of through a weird time recently, and I needed to get out what I was feeling somehow. And there's some pieces I'm proud of. I think my most recent one I did, like at the top it says Mr. Serotonin. Serotonin is like, I guess, the chemical that makes you feel happy. Mr. Serotonin is a character that I feel sometimes I fall into in terms of being Mr. Happy all the time. I'm Mr. Serotonin for a lot of you guys. I wanted to profile this guy that had clown makeup because the clown represents someone that's always happy and laughing, Mr. Serotonin, if you will. I wanted to let people know that like, even Mr. Serotonin gets sad. You know, everybody can feel sadness. It's totally normal, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the scenes, everybody feels it. And I think that's what that one really was. I did another one that I think a lot of people didn't understand, which was, it was a headset that said Houston. That's a headset that they used during the NASA launch in the 60s when they went to the moon. And Houston was obviously the city that they talked to, they communicated with, like, Houston, we got a problem. So it's a headset that somebody's like, Houston, like asking for essentially help and no one's listening. That wasn't, I don't want to seem like it was like, I was a cry for help, but it was a time where I'm like, I could really use somebody to talk to. And I feel like I'm kind of trying to communicate to Houston, metaphorical Houston, and no one's on the other end, you know? So my art sometimes doesn't make sense to everybody, but I honest to God don't do it for anybody else other than myself. Which brings me to the question of, do I sell it? Will I sell my art? I'm very nervous to be honest with you. I'm worried that if I start selling my art, it's gonna change the effect that I have with it. Right now, I do it for fun. I don't care. I don't care what people think. I don't care if people think it's not cool or if it's trash. I think it's genuinely cool, so I post about it. I think it's very easy to lose motivation when you monetize everything you do in your life. So you dip it in orange paint, and then you just kind of super liquidy. Let's try one of the straw ones. Let's just try it, see what happens. Oh, yo, that's sick. Yo, we're doing that. We're doing that 100%. See what I mean? That's what I love about art, guys, is like, you experiment and you can find some really, really cool things that come out of it. Yo, this is turning out so sick. I love it already. I want to change up this camera angle so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here and incorporate the art a little bit. I think the one that trips people out the most is, why did I all of a sudden just get into art randomly? I didn't. My art came up when I was like, I needed to post on Instagram to sort of stay relevant in the social world. So I'm like, I really don't want to post anything. I might as well just post the art that I'm doing right now. And a lot of you guys liked it, and it kind of fueled me to share that side of me a little bit more, which has been fun. I don't do art to get rich because I'm not selling my art, but I do it because it's like a fun thing, man. Like, why not? Why not take a straw, suck up paint, and splatter and see what happens? If it's cool, amazing. You have this cool thing to display in your house. Or if it sucks, then just restart. Okay, so I think I've got enough orange on there that I'm happy with. I might do some more later, but right now, let's do a little bit of blue. Yes! Next, we're gonna hit her right here in the ribs. I got out of my mouth. Hit her right here in the shoulder with neon green, I think. So orange doesn't splat. This splat paint really doesn't splat that well. Again, you guys might not find this cool, but this is just, it was fun to do. I enjoyed it. Who knows, maybe I'll put it out, maybe I won't. Okay, so you guys have it. That was just a fun little Q&A I wanted to do. Just wanted to talk to you guys like real. Didn't have anything super planned. We kind of created this cool little contemporary modern art piece from this really old Venus de Milo statue that I found at Valley Village. I'm happy with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was somewhat informative. If it didn't, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Danocracy or ask them over on Twitter. Doesn't matter. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.